All right, this video is going to be how to do exercise 17 in Fusion 360. So we'll get started the way we normally do. I'm gonna go ahead and click front on the view cube and click create sketch. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the front plane, just like that. For some reason, when I do that, and it's been doing this lately, it flips upside down. So, well, I'm just going to go ahead and turn that right side back up for, it must be a new update messed with that. Not sure why that happens, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and create the basic profile of our shape here, just like that. And then I'm going to take this line here that's in the middle, have it selected, and go over here to the sketch palette and click construction line so that I can go ahead and mirror this later and ignore my friends playing things on Steam. All right. I can go ahead and start to dimension some of this. So 18 for the height here, 18 millimeters. It is 6 millimeters for the gap there, and 12 for this. Now that's all I can do without mirroring it. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror this now. Select all these lines here. Select the mirror tool. And for the mirror line, that's going to be our construction line. And click OK. So now I can go back to dimensioning, where the gap in the middle here is 32 millimeters. And I believe that's it. So with that done, I'm going to go ahead and also do this arm. So the arm, as you can tell, we can have a basic shape here, which it starts here, goes up and to the right, and then it's flat on the top and comes down, back around, and then it goes all the way down and touches the bottom of the piece there. So notice here how it starts. It starts at the top of the piece, goes this way, but then it ends not at the top again. It actually ends touching the bottom there. That's important. So what dimensions can we get out of this? Well, we're going to say that this line is the center of the circle, and then we could go ahead and put the circle in later. So if that's the center of the circle, well, the center of the circle to where this arm bends over here, this is saying that that's 36. And it is 100 from here all the way to where the piece starts there on the left. That's 100. All right, this messed up some of my geometry, so I'm going to move this over. There we go. We can tell that it's 25 for the total height of this piece here. So I'll go over there. That's 25. All right, what else are we missing? It is 22 for the entire... Oh, well, here, let's do the height here and see if we might not have to worry about that 22. So it's 63 from the top of this line all the way to the very bottom of the piece. So that's like that. That's 63. All right. And now there is this here. And with this, it is going to be the entire diameter here of this circle, which is 36, but then I believe it's going to be half of that. So let's double check that, but I believe that's right. So let's do this. 36 divided by 2, 18. And yeah, that's accurate. So basically the reason why we did that was this line, if you imagine that it's going through the piece there like that, well, it's going to touch this. Notice how this circle, if it were to continue without that arm there, right? The edge of that would be the entire diameter from here to here. And from here to where it touches, right? The blue line would be the radius. And we know that the radius is half of the diameter. So if that's 36, that's going to be half of that, which gives us 18. All right, so we can go ahead and finish that sketch and click home on the view cube. Now you'll notice that this is going to be pointing in a different direction because this they must have used the right side instead of the front. But you know, we always want to stick with our engineering convention, so we're going to make that the front. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and extrude the bottom part first. So that is going to be 75 in both directions. So we'll do direction symmetric, turn on whole length, 75, and click OK. Show sketch one again. And now we'll do the top, and we will extrude that symmetric, whole length, and this time 12 for the distance. Click OK. Hide sketch one. That's looking pretty good. Now, if you want to view it from the same view as this one, instead of clicking the home button, which is really just that corner, the corner between front and right, click on the corner between front and left, and you'll get the same view. And you'll see that we're looking pretty good here. Let's go ahead and do that circle now. So we're going to click on this portion of the arm and create a sketch right there. And now it's just a matter of creating two circles, two concentric circles. So my first circle doesn't really matter where it goes, but the second circle, click on the center point of the first circle. We'll dimension both of those. The bigger one is 36 and the smaller one is 22. And we'll make the center point touch the midpoint of the end of the arm, because we said that that was going to be half of, where that circle was, right? That line was going to go on that center point. So that's exactly where we want that to go. And we'll click finish sketch. Now we'll go ahead and extrude the outer part down. So we'll extrude that. And this time we're going to go to object, because we just want to extrude it to the bottom of this, so that it touches the bottom of that arm. Because remember, we made that arm 25 in length there. You see? Now it's going to leave this little tab here in the middle. That's okay. We can delete that later, because we're just going to go ahead and do another extrude, turning on sketch 2 again, so we could select that little piece. And this time all, because we want to cut all the way through. Click flip so the arrow points down, and click OK. And there we go. So that, if we click on that corner between front and left, we'll notice that looks pretty darn good. We are just missing the two holes on the left and the right. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So from the top view, I can create a sketch on, not a sketch, I'm sorry. I can create a hole on the right side. Let's do that now. Let's go to modify. No, I'm sorry, not modify. In create, hole is right there, staring right in front of me. It is 15 millimeters. See that? This line here. If you could see that, this line is saying the center of that circle, 15 from the edge. And it's also 28 from that edge. So reference from the right side is going to be 15. Second reference from the bottom is going to be 28. The diameter of that hole is going to be 12. Let's change the drill point to flat here. And the distance is just going to go all the way through. So the only thing we have to worry about is the diameter, and that's going to be 12, slightly smaller hole. And that's it. Click OK. Does a little math to figure out where that hole needs to go. Now we can go ahead and mirror that, because we drew this piece. If I show the origin, see this little eyeball next to the origin, folder. Since we drew this right along the X line here, this XZ plane, I can go ahead and use the mirror tool now which is going to be inside of create all the way at the bottom or near the bottom. Click mirror. What we want to mirror, we don't want to mirror a body. We want to mirror a feature, because these things all the way at the bottom here, these are all features. The extrudes are, and the hole as well. So we're going to select the hole as the feature that we want to mirror, and the mirror plane is going to be the XZ plane right there. And you'll notice that the preview that we get is accurate. We want it right on the other side of that. And the compute mode, we can just go ahead and leave that on adjust and click OK. And it'll put another hole on the other side. Before we take our screenshot, let's turn the origin off so it looks nice and pretty. And here you can either do a picture with the home button clicked here, or if you want to make it look like the picture there, you can also click on the corner between front and left. Either one is fine. I imagine they did it like this so that they could show that it's got the two holes there, which is fine. That would just, with this though, we would just assume that that this is our front view, right? That would be the right side view, and that would be the top. Decisions that we make as engineers. Whoop, that's not good. There we go. All right, so you can go ahead and take your screenshot, submit that, and as usual, hope this video helped. See you in the next one.